Well, it's 7 a.m. now, and I had a hard time starting the car. Yeah, as usual. But I'm taking it in today, have the battery changed, replaced, and hopefully that's all that's wrong with it. I think it's the battery. Yeah. There's that bird again up there. I saw it yesterday on this tree behind me. That's a small bird. Anyway, there's a heavy dew this morning. The bull's over that way, and there are 3 over there. Yeah, grass is getting big. Here's Bud. He's out hunting. Aren't you, Bud? Yeah. I didn't see the female yet today. I think she's due to have a kittens here pretty soon. I'll have to let them in here one of these days, but first I want to spray the garden. I might do that today after I come back from the car dealership and getting the battery changed. That's all. I hope that's all they find that's wrong with it is the battery. Bud's at my feet now. Aren't you, Bud? Yeah. I can see those mounds of dirt there. They're real easy now in the sunlight and the shadows. Okay. Well, at least I got a job to do today. Well, that's not my job, but I gotta get this car into town on its own power. Yeah. As long as I get it started, I should be able to get it to run. To the dealership anyway. After that, that's their problem. Then I'll get the oil change, free oil change too. At least that'll be free. But it'll be a nice day. It's be sunny today. Sunny, up near, almost near 80, in the upper 70s anyway. Okay, so I'm letting the car run for a while. Maybe that'll help charge the battery. My battery charger doesn't seem like it does a very good job. I have to put it on the engine start mode to get it to start. Well, it's almost 7:30. I shut the car off and it started again, and it wouldn't start. I had to use the car starting option on the battery charger. And even then it wouldn't work for a while. I had to do it a couple times. Yeah, as long as I can get it started, I think I can get it to town. At least I hope I can. I'm gonna let it run for a little longer this time. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, I should have had it fixed a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, there's a heavy dew this morning. Very heavy. Grass is all wet. I can't walk out in the grass. I'll get my feet wet. Yeah, but it's okay. On that battery, yeah, engine start. I use the engine start. Took a while for it to start, but I just noticed now that it does something different. It has a countdown. It starts at 6.0, and then I don't know, maybe it's not 6.0, maybe it's 600 seconds. Anyway, it's counting down to 0. Yeah, I didn't notice that before. I did today. Anyway, I'll let it count down. It's about a minute and a half. Maybe it's 6 minutes. Maybe it does that engine start for 6 minutes. Gives it a little extra power. Well, when that's done, I want to use the alternator check. I want to check that again before I put it in. Make sure that's running okay. How the car's running. Another minute. Anyway, I really can't see it, but there's there's some kind of gizmo component on there, way back there. That little white thing. I read up about it when I was really looking up how to change the battery in this car. And there's some kind of component. I don't know what it's called. DM something. Anyway, they're going to have to, once they remove the battery and put the new one on, they're going to have to do something with that thing. Recalibrate it, reset it, something. I forgot. But anyway, what they're going to have to do here, according to the videos I see, they got to take off both windshield wipers, and then take all these clips out over here. Yeah, and then there's some screws they're going to take out. I don't know if it's on this one or the one underneath. There's two things here, two plastic things here that come off. I think they're going to take this off too. Once they get everything off, then they can take the battery out. Okay. Or the other way was take all this stuff out over here. They still have to take that off, I think. And then they got to take this air cleaner thing out and something else out below too. Got to take that thing out below there too. And then the battery comes out this way. Anyway, that'll be their job. Okay, now it says FLO, which means the battery's charged. So now I'm going to check the alternator. Let's see what it's going to do. Okay, it's checking the alternator. And it says good. So this tells me the alternator is good. So I'm going to hit the engine start again. That's not doing the same thing it did before. Probably because it's already running. Anyway, I'm going to let this run for a while so I can start it when I'm ready to go to town. Easier. And I hope I make it. Probably. Once the car is started, it should keep running till I get to the dealership, which is about 10 miles away. I got the operator's manual out to see what needs to be done. Well, the battery is changed, and there's a whole section over here to do after the battery's changed because of something attached to the negative. There's just a lot of stuff to do. Very complicated stuff. Yeah. And most of that's got to be done by the technician who changes the battery, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. But they mentioned something about something on the negative terminal of the battery. There's a component somewhere that helps run all the other stuff when the car's off, the computer and stuff like that. Anyway, they call it low battery something, or battery maintenance system. Anyway, I hope they do all that stuff when they change the battery. They know about that. Not I'm going to tell them. Okay. Here's a little closer view of what I was reading about changing the 12-volt battery. In this section. And this section here is very complicated too. Yeah, some of this stuff I don't think I could do even. Yeah, and then number 9 here. Drive the vehicle at least 10 miles, which I can do that on my way home, kilometers, to completely relearn the idle and fuel trim strategy. So, we'll see how that works for me. Okay. Yeah, start from here again. Yeah. I already asked some of this stuff, I don't understand it. Like up here where it says BMS, yeah, they call it BMS, Battery Maintenance System. And I think that's that component that's attached to the negative terminal. Has to be reset somehow. Okay. Yeah, this section here has so many specific instructions here. Anyway, still got the car running, so I better go turn it off before it overheats. I'll let the engine run for about 15-20 minutes. That's about the time it takes me to go into town, so that's good. And after I shut it off, I'm going to do another recharge on the battery. Hopefully it'll start when I come out here. And again, when I get ready to leave. I shut the engine off, and then I hit the engine start again just to see what was done. You know, it only said 60 seconds, and then a countdown to 0. I don't know what I was showing before. I showed over 200, almost 300 seconds. So after this is done, I'm going to hit the charge. Yeah, okay, now I'm going to hit charge. I'm going to charge. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the batteries, 11-year-old battery, it just don't last long. See, it already says it's charged. Yeah, but it still doesn't want to. Sometimes it still don't want to start the vehicle. Then when I go here, it says 13.1 volts. So I don't know why it don't start it sometimes. Anyway, that's why I'm going to have it changed. Well, it's 9 a.m. and I'm ready to head to town. Car started right up, so it's good. This time, but I'm still having the battery changed. And hopefully you don't find nothing else wrong with it. Which they like to do, is charge me more. Maybe this battery replacement will be enough for them. Anyway, I'm going to head out to town now. Well, I wasn't able to change the time before, but now it's changed automatically. So maybe driving it helps. Well, I'm in my car and on the way to the dealership to have my battery changed because it's too much work and too technical for me. It's 7 degrees at 12:45 p.m. and I'm back from the car dealer getting my car worked on. Well, I'm back. Got the battery replaced. And they did some extra stuff. Yeah, I should have known. Anyway, they advised me, I guess before the work started on the battery, they advised me that I was 2 years overdue for some other maintenance that needed to be done. It was supposed to be done every 2 years, and the last time it was done was 2021, which I kind of remember because it was a big price, and I should have realized they were going to do that to me again. But I guess it was something that needed to be done, I guess. But anyway, they did replace the battery, and they did all the other stuff, which I'll try to explain. But anyway, I was looking here. Doesn't look like they took this part off, because that's not even, it still looks the same. The clips don't even, they still have dust on them, all the clips. However, I think they went down through this area. I think they took this off. That's my guess. They took this off. Yeah, that's my guess. Yeah, because the battery is new, because they got some new tape on that wire there. Yeah, so looks like they took this out, and whatever else is in there that needed to come out, and that's what they did. I saw that on YouTube also, but so they didn't do this part here. They went that way. Okay, and then so that's batteries. Battery's been replaced, but they advised me to keep a tender, like a battery tender on it to keep it charged if I don't run it very often. Yeah. Anyway, let's go through the bill. See what I got. Well, they still did the oil change. That was free. It's a lifetime oil change. Then on the battery, it came to $351.94, and I was expecting that. I was expecting around 500 or 400 for the battery, because that's what they told me on the phone. So that was no surprise. But then I guess they did a coolant flush, antifreeze coolant flush. That came to I forget what it was now. Yeah, that came to a total of $157.95. And well, that includes labor. And then they did a brake fluid flush and replaced the brake fluid, and that came to $126.95. And then they did the power flush with the auto transmission fluid and replace, and that came to $279.95. And then they did it says form a 3-part fuel injection service, fuel additive added to tank, throttle, body, service, and servicing of throttle linkage. They call it 3-part. So it was for the, well, whatever it said there. Anyway, that came to, where's my total? $319.95. I'm losing my thing here. That's the wind. Come on, wind. Slow down. Can't hold everything down. Come on, you stupid. Come on, wind. There you go. And this is the other stuff that they mark off. I don't know what this is. kind of a checklist, I guess they could do. Anyway, the total for all that, breakdown for that is, those are the things that they did that cost me money. The battery, coolant, brake fluid, auto transmission, and then fuel injection stuff. 1,130, is it 34? Yeah, 1,134 and 74. That's what they did, but there's other charges too. And here's their breakdown. I was only there for 2 hours, but 9:45 to about 12. It was just a little bit over 2 hours. Anyway, the labor came to 697 for, I'd say, 2 hours work. I guess each job has its own cost, I guess. Anyway, parts were 534, and then part supplies, I guess like shop towels and things, 25, and then hazardous materials, probably the oils and stuff, $5, and then tax was 34 or something, and the total was 1,296.72, which is that wiped out my budget for this month, that's for sure. I exceeded that way over. Yeah, plus all my other expenses for this month, so I'm gonna have to dip into my savings again. But at least I got it done for another 2 years, according to them. They're supposed to do this every 2 years, so that's where they make their money. Tomorrow I'm taking the truck in to just get the free oil change. And if they ask me for something else, I says, oh, nope, can't afford it. Just the oil change. But I had to redo this one because I had this number here wrong. I don't know what I had, but this is 351. The battery was 351.94 total, subtotal. Coolant flush was 157.95. Brake fluid flush was 126.95. Auto transmission flush was 279.95, and the 3-part fuel injection and throttle lubrication or something service, this was $319.95, and that came to $1236.74. And then down here is their other total. The total labor was $697 for about 2 or maybe 2.5 hours altogether. That's how long I was there. I was there at 10:30 and I left around 12. But they didn't start working on it until 10. Anyway, parts were $534.74, and then this here $5 for the hazardous materials. That was included in that too, but it wasn't included in this. So yeah, it came out right. And then you got that 25 for shop supplies like towels and stuff, and then tax, of course. And then $1296.72 was the total. Okay. They said I'm good for 2 years. We'll see. So I put the battery charger on it again. I want to see what the charge is and how long it takes to recharge. Anyway, I'm going to buy. I bought one of those battery tender things, charger. You know, just to keep a trickle in it. I'm using that on the tractor. I think I'm going to buy one for this one too, because I don't want to keep using this. Yeah. Besides, I don't know how much this costs, but the other one for the tractor only cost about $20. So, yeah. Since I don't use this much, this vehicle, I'm going to keep a trickle charge on the battery just to keep it up. Yeah, but the other car, well, we used it more. But after my wife passed away, I hardly used it. I used it for doctor's appointments and going grocery shopping once a month. Doctor's appointments are every 6 months, so yeah, I don't take this out very much anymore. Before, that's one reason we bought this, because my wife had her doctor's appointments mostly in St. Louis. Yeah, so, and she had a lot more doctors than I have. Specialty doctors, anyway. Or if she had to go to the Barnes Hospital for something, I needed a better car to get there and back, especially driving around in St. Louis. And that's why we bought this in 2014, because the other cars just couldn't handle it. Maybe I couldn't handle it. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll get this next time I go, but until then I'll just use this. I could get the one off the tractor, but I like to keep the tractor battery up. I use that tractor about once a week, so it's not that it's important. Anyway, that's all there is for this. It cost me $1,300 today, but well, almost 13, $1,296, almost $1,297. Yeah, gotta find the money to pay that. That's on top of all the other expenses I have. I think I already had over 1,000 on my credit card already. So yeah, that's gonna really bump it up. Anyway, I got a backup, so I can take care of it. Oh, the cattle are out there. I see 3 of them. Wait, where's the other? Oh, I see 4. I got one there. I'll hide under there with the bull. And the other one is way over there near the pond dam underneath those trees. Trying to cool off, I guess. Man, bud, he was trying to climb that tree. He's eating grass. That's what cats do. Yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, oh, I can see some wild lilac growing out there outside the fence. When I spray the fence, I guess I'll wind up killing those, but I'll try to wait until after those go to seed. Anyway, today's a sunny day and not too windy, so I'm going to spray the garden with weed killer. Oh, and those bees are out again. I saw some honeybees, they're okay. But the, what do they call those? Carpenter bees buzzing around here. Yeah, and so are them red wasps. I don't know, there's one was just following me around. Tried to land on me a couple times. I don't know if I was looking for a nest or if I was too close to its nest. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to spray this garden later. Yeah. Got to get my sprayer I got to fill my sprayer up and get the insecticide in there and take it from there. What insecticide? I'm doing a weed killer. Yeah, insecticide is for the bees, which I might do that today too. I'm not sure. One thing at a time. I'm gonna get the spray at the weed killer first on the garden, and then if it ain't too windy, I'll spray the bees. So I'm gonna get some medicine or some treatment mixed together for the bees. Well, I can hear my neighbor got his lawnmower running. I'll have to get that going too one of these days, but not today. Oh, this thing's still running, still charging. I wonder if the battery was even charged when they put it in. Well, at least I'll take care of it now. New battery. And on top of all that money I just spent today, almost $1,300 for the car, I got the insurance to pay for. The $210 is for the car, and the $287 insurance is for the truck. It's almost $500, and then that's only for 6 months, but that's on top of the other money that I'm spending this month. Oh boy, sure adds up, don't it? Well, I mixed up some weed killer. Yeah, let's see if I can get something sprayed on that garden before it gets too late. It's already past 4 p.m. I'm kind of lazy today. I guess I'm sulking about all the money I spent today on that car. Cattle are out eating grass, just like they were designed to do. Still haven't heard from the excavator guy to work on that, but I'm in no hurry now for my big expenses today. They can wait. Yeah, everybody's eating. And since I'm carrying around this sprayer, backpack sprayer for weeds, I sprayed these thistles. That way I can tell if they're going to, if my spray is strong enough. Of course, I'll tell one after I spray the garden. See if it's working. Cattle still have a whole bale down there, plus the grass. And after I spray, I'm going to let them into here. Dandelions are sure growing good. They're all going to seed now. Maybe they'll eat them. Yeah, I'm going to spray that garden. I just have to be careful around this asparagus over there and over here. And the third box, just in front of that fence. Okay, let's start spraying. Well, I finished spraying weed killer on the garden and around the house. A few places around the house, along the driveway, and under a fence or two. Anyway, looks like I got about a quarter tank left over from last year. I didn't realize it, but I left it outside all winter. I didn't know. I thought it was empty, but there was some in there. I can smell the spray that I used last year for these carpenter bees. So I'm going to use it again, or use it up before I have to make a new batch. Okay, I'm going to spray it around here. I'll get the barn some other time. I could see them buzzing around, especially outside, out there. Out here too, there's one. There's a couple of them. They're buzzing around. These are harder to get unless they hold still. Yeah, but I'll see what I can do. Yeah, there's a couple right there. I haven't seen any go in any holes yet, although that's a wasp up there. Yeah. But anyway, if I see them, I'll spray them, or I'll try to. It worked last year. Well, I used up all this insect spray that I had for these. They're still flying around. I sprayed the ones I could, but they're so fast. The time I spray, they're gone. But hopefully there's enough. I got some spray on the wood, and if the bees touch this spray on the wood, they'll die. So I'll wait and see if I see any dead ones on the ground in the next few days. But that one there is still buzzing around. Yeah. I think he's looking for females coming in and out. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Because these just hang out on the outside. The females were the one that actually go to a hole and crawl in it and lay eggs. So I haven't seen any of them yet. So I have to keep but I got to mix some more spray now anyway. I forgot what my recipe was. I have to think back. Yeah, these bees out here, they're still fighting with each other. They're chasing each other. I don't know if they're females and males or just all males. I don't know that much about them. I just know permethrin will kill them and other stuff will deter them, like orange oil. They don't like orange oil, so I keep all my orange peeling, then I'm going to boil them down, and then I'll use that as a part of my mixture, the liquid from the from cooking the orange peels. Yeah. I haven't done that yet, so maybe I'll do that tonight. For my next batch. I haven't sprayed I sprayed the carport up here and the carport down below in the porch. Oh, I just saw one go in a hole there, but I don't have any spray left. Yeah, I just saw one go in the hole. Yeah, I wish I had some spray left. But I'll get it next time. I'll get it next time. After I mix some more spray, because I still have to do the barn yet, and that's a big job there. It's 73 degrees at 5:15 p.m. And I sprayed this carport too. But I can still see some bees flying around. So, I don't know. It would be, but a sure sign that's killing them is when I start seeing them dead bees on the ground. That's what I'm hoping for. Then, after I make my next batch, I'll start looking for bees going in and out of the holes. That's the best way to kill them. Spray inside the holes. So today I sprayed for weeds, and I sprayed for carpenter bees, or c-bees. Yeah, c-bees. Not the c-bees in the Navy, but the c-bees, carpenter bees. Yeah, there's one flying around right here. Hopefully the orange. I think I put. What was it? I forgot now. I put some kind of a oil, something as it. Spearmint. I think it's spearmint or peppermint. Peppermint maybe. Yeah, something like that. I put some of that stuff on there too, just to give it an aroma. But the orange oil and the permethrin is the main ingredient, because that actually kills them. But the other stuff might be a deterrent. Don't know. Yeah, there's some flying around over there. Looks like they're keeping their distance. Maybe the orange smell is keeping them away. Anyway, like I said, if I see something dead, but anyway, I sprayed the garden good and a few other areas just to use up that spray before I make a new batch. Looks like I'm gonna have to buy another big jug of weed killer too one of these days. But not for a while. I use up what I got first, because I can't put no more on my credit card for a while until I get this last batch paid off, this last expenses for the car paid off. Oh boy, it's going to be one of those years, I guess. Spending too much money again. The cattle aren't too concerned with the hay bale right now, but it's there if they need it. I don't know if they did or not, but it kind of looks like they turned it. I can't tell from here. Looks like they rolled it that way. That's not right. That's not good. Anyway, I'll check it out later. Yeah. They got plenty of grass. The grass is growing good now. It's in the 70s. Yeah. Oh, got plenty of moisture. Yeah. It's growing. Cows are eating it fast as it grows, though. There's only 4 of them here, but they still eat it pretty quick. Last year, boy, the stuff was really thick. Grass was thick in here. Now you can hardly tell. So they ate all the leftover stuff too during the winter. Yeah. There was a lot in here when I brought them back in September. But now it's all gone. Oh, look at that dead tree here. It won't be long before that breaks off somewhere. I'd say it's going to break right there with it, right there. That's where it's going to break someday when the wind blows right. I just hope no cow is standing underneath it when it falls. Okay. That's all I got for now, or today. Yeah. I don't think I want to wait for the sunset, because sun don't set until around 7:30 something. So I think I'll just end it here. Listen to the birds. Listen to the birdies sing. Oh, I'm gonna go down and look at that bale first. See what they did to it. They turned it, but I'm not sure. I think they pushed this end that way, because I think it was over here. That's what I'm thinking. Well, if they roll that bale now, poof, I'm gonna see if I can push it back before I go in. Now I'm thinking maybe they pushed it. They pushed the other end that way. But if I'm going to straighten it up, I need to push it. I guess the best way is to push it that end that way, because it's be easier. Yeah. Let me try that. I'm not even sure where it was before. I'm thinking they pushed that in, so I'm going to push it back. At least if it rolls, it'll roll this way or that way. If I can push it, that is. I think it might be, there's a lot of hay over there. It might be easier if I push it this way, if I move that hay down. Yeah, I think that's better. I decided to roll it all the way over here, because there's a little gully here where I can rest in. It's harder to push it. If they do push it out, it'll roll out that way like it did before. Another one did the same thing. Anyway, that should rest in there pretty easy. Yeah. And it helps slow the erosion through here too. Okay. I think I already closed that gate. I'm not going back that way. I'm going to walk up behind me to my other gate by the tree. That's why I put a gate there, so I can use it. I think me and my shadow are done for today. I got something done. I just regret spending so much money, but I don't know. I guess I could have refused to do that other maintenance stuff, all those fluid flushes. But, well, if I want to keep the car running, I guess it's necessary. Cattle are hanging out there. One's in the water, cooling off, because it's a little warmer today. Breeze feels nice though. Walnut's starting to bud out. It's got leaves on it now. That's good. It's walnut. Part of it died a long time ago. I don't know what killed it, but it grew back. This one's doing pretty good. I need to cut some of these lower branches off, because they're in my, especially that one, it's in my way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those are like, they were like late to put leaves on. The poplar, oh, that big poplar, it's got leaves on right away. And that tree, whatever it is, it's dead. I don't know what it is. It's not poplar, but I'm not sure what it is. But it's a good home for the woodpeckers to eat bugs. And over time, the branches will start falling off and get in my way. All right, that's all for today. I'll catch you on the next one. Well, tomorrow I'm going to take the truck in and get it, just the oil change. I'm not going to let them talk me into getting anything else done. I just can't afford it anymore. I guess I'll be waiting to see what this is going to look like in a week. It takes about a week for the start showing signs of the weeds dying. So I'll have to keep an eye on it. I see it every day anyway, so it wouldn't be hard to tell. I already went through the gate. It's hard to believe, unless you live it every year. It's around 5:30 p.m. now, And look how high the sun is. But in December, 4:30, and the sun is already set. At 5:30, it's already dark. Yeah. Oh, look at that jet. Where you going, jet? Yeah, somebody's having a nice trip.